So this video is about scientific notation. Scientific notation is just another way of expressing a value. So for example, here we've got 735 million. It is a very big number, and so what we would do is we would use scientific notation to express it in a smaller kind of form. So the first step in scientific notation is you want to put a decimal right after the first significant digit. So now we've got 7.35, and then you multiply it by 10 to the power of something. And what you would do to figure out what it would be to the power of is you would start at the end. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that there, the decimal place moved 8 times. So your answer would be 7.35 times 10 to the power of 8. And if you plug this into your calculator, 7.35 times 10 to the power of 8, your value should be 735 million. So scientific notation is just a different way of expressing the same value. So this number here is the same as this original value. It's just written in a different form. Here's another example of converting a value into scientific notation form. And in this example, the value is a very small value, so it's a number that's less than 1. The same rules apply. You put a decimal right after the first significant digit. So you'd start it off with 7.81 times 10 to the power of something. To figure out what it's to the power of, you'd have to move the original decimal place however many times to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So move 7 places to the right. And so then you would put times 10 to the power of -7. And the reason why you put a -7 is because this value is less than 1. If this value was greater than 1, it would be to the power of like a positive value. Now if you were to plug in this value into your calculator, what you should get is 0.000000781. And if you don't get the exact same value, then that means you converted it into scientific notation incorrectly. Here are 2 more examples that we can practice with. So your first step is you put a decimal right after the first significant digit. So then we would have 5.53 times 10 to the power of something. And our value is going to be 10 to the power of something positive because this value is greater than 1. So what we would do is we would check how many times that the decimal place moved. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it moved 11 times. That means this would be times 10 to the power of 11. So if you were to plug in this value into your calculator, you should get this exact same number. Now let's try the example at the bottom. So the first step is you're going to put a decimal place right after the first significant digit. So then you would get 9.35 times 10 to the power of something. Now, automatically, when you look at this value, it's less than 1. So you know that it's 10 to the power of something negative. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Moved 5 places to the right. So then it's 10 to the -5. And if you were to plug this value into your calculator, you should get this exact same value, because scientific notation is just a different way of expressing a very small number or a very large number.